Welcome back. Today is 20th of October. Time check right now is 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or 10:30 p.m. Singapore Asia time. I'm excited to see you here today because why? We're going to just focus on one single company, none other than Tesla. Now, before I start off the show today, I want to kind of bring up this very interesting tweet to share with us what has happened today. Holy moly. This, I think, is the most important tweet of the day. And here we go. My son has lived through 4 chancellors, 3 home secretaries, 2 prime ministers, and 2 monarchs. And he is 4 months old. We're going to get a good laugh about this article because why? I mean, Singapore is very closely related to Sir Stamford Raffles, who kind of identified Singapore to be the port representing East India Company. And this strategic move by Sir Stamford Raffles kind of positioned us to be the busiest port of the world over the last 5 decades. And that's the reason why we begin to kind of shake our head and look at what has unfolded in United Kingdom. How did the mess turn up that they got 4 chancellors, 3 home secretaries, 2 prime ministers, and 2 monarchs within a span of 4 months? This is completely messed up. But that's home politics for you right there in UK. I'm a third party. I can't comment much. But, we are all looking at the events unfolding in UK, and it's really, really unfortunate. Putting politics aside, I want to dive straight away into the most important discussion for today. And that's none other than Tesla. Here we go. This is the stock chart of Tesla. And previously, we've gone through with you on the key support level, which kind of really mark out what is important to us. All right, here we go. This is the $200 price point. And today, we kind of almost touching it at 210. That's a spike down. How many percent? 5.24%. But the moment I translate this across over to look at the intraday chart. Now, this is really important. We always have to take a look at the intraday chart to see how the market has absorbed the bad news and how it's playing out. So right across here, we see there's a big spike down, 5.24%, and thereby is picking itself up. Now, where's the $200 point? This is really, really important. The $200 point is found right here. Let me just stretch this arrow across. Boom. We are so close to it, and I think it touched 202.50. Right now, it's trying to find its base of support at 207.97. All right. It went up. It kind of fallen off again. And we're going to ask ourselves the most important question. Do we buy more of Tesla today? This is the key question I want to address. And with that in mind, let me bring you across a few articles. There are 4 articles, and we connect the dots of the 4 articles, and then we're going to make a conclusion. All right? First thing first, let's take a look at a naysayer. Bernstein says Musk was curt and almost dismissive on earnings call, see stock dropping nearly 30%. Now, that is a big call, and we need to understand why. And here we go. The name is Tony, and he's not pleased with Elon Musk, especially his performance during the earnings call. He said this: aside from the financials, the earnings call didn't sit well with us. Answers to many questions on the earnings call were curt and almost dismissive, with CEO Musk instead repeatedly making very bold prognostications about Tesla's future and capabilities. Now, this is kind of the style by Elon Musk. Sometimes, when you ask lousy question, you get lousy answers. I mean, I'm at the front of always tackling interesting questions from the audience, and I always tell them, garbage in, garbage out. You get what you ask. And it also depends on the temperament of Elon Musk at the point in time when he was facing the question, right? So we go right over here and check this out. A few things that Musk said. He said Tesla to be worth more than Apple and Saudi Aramco combined together. Now that is a big, bold statement. Additionally, Tesla is pedal to the metal, even with potential recession looming. All right, so this is really huge. And while Elon Musk is making bold claims, Tony came in to slap him with a $150 price target. Now, we were looking at $200 just now. And when I go back to the $200 price target, what is the meaning of 150? 150 is sitting exactly right there. That means to say, he is saying that for all the achievements that Tesla has made since 2021 until today, it's going to go back into the red box. That's the meaning of 150. This is exactly what we are looking at, all right? Now, you look at this red box and ask a fundamental question. What has Tesla done wrong? What have they done wrong? Did they have thousands of cars burst out in flames and fire and killed many passengers and drivers? I don't think so. I'm a driver of Tesla. What has gone wrong is the supply chain woes. What has gone wrong is the shutdown in Giga Shanghai. What has gone wrong is everything has gone wrong today, from inflation to interest rate to isolation to inverted yield curve to implosion. You name it, we got everything gone wrong. But to claim that Tesla is going to go into this box here, which has nothing to do with Tesla, that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I cannot accept it. And I just tell you outright, this is one of the greatest companies out there that can pull off a supply chain bottleneck, and yet they are still selling cars. The demand is there, for sure, all right? Because we are moving towards energy efficient world, and we are moving away from the oil, gasoline into clean energy, otherwise known as electric vehicle. This is a trend that we cannot stop anymore. It is there. People caught on the fever of protecting Mother Earth. So you look at the red box, and then we go back and kind of look at what this guy, Tony, is talking about. Does it make sense or not, right? So Elon Musk is also saying that, Elon Musk claimed that his company had excellent demand and that you will continue to sell every car we can make for the foreseeable future. And I want you all to compare what Tesla is doing in comparison to what Ford is doing, what General Motors is doing, what any other car brands out there they are doing. Just compare. The traditional manufacturing of all these traditional cars versus the front-end, high-end manufacturing of Tesla, they are way behind. All right, so this is, I don't know what his grievances are, but apparently this is not the first time Tony was annoyed by Musk's comments on Tesla earnings call. In the second quarter, Musk had cut Tony off when he asked a question about lowering capital expenditure, and the CEO called his question boring and bonehead. So this article becomes very personal, kind of, he just want to slap Tesla, whatever nonsense he wants to talk about. I'm done on this article. Article number 2. This is the one that we really need to kind of diagnose. Elon Musk says that Tesla is pedal to the metal, even with potential recession looming. All right? This one is important. It is true we are facing with severe, headwinds hitting us with the upcoming recession because of the mismanagement of the inflation by the federal government. This is so obvious, all right? But I want you all to see beyond that. So a few things I'm going to talk about from this article goes starting from here. To be frank, we are very pedal to the metal come rain or shine. we are not reducing our production in any meaningful way, recession or not recession. How many CEOs on Wall Street can make this proclamation? You go and check the record right now. How many? None. Everyone is just talking about job cuts, right? And you have one guy right here, it's not talking about job cuts. It's not even talking about reduction. They're talking about they're going to produce every single possible car, 100% output in this climate. Which other CEO would say that right now today? I mean, this is like mind-boggling, you know. And of course, you go down right here, he said a very good statement about the Fed, and this is kind of summing up. The Fed's decision makes sense if you're looking the rear view mirror, not if you're looking out the windshield. That's what the Fed has done, always looking at the lagging data and giving us all these problems that we are faced today, right? And the public at large realizes the world's moving towards electric vehicles and it's foolish to buy a new gasoline car at this point because the residual value of the gasoline car is going to be very low. So we are in a very good spot. You know what's the opposite of that? Every new Tesla owner today in the US, the moment they collect their cars, they can just flip it for a profit. Go and check with your friends. Go and do a grassroots check. Text them, WhatsApp them, Instagram them, or whatever you can do. Ask them, is this true or false? Go and check for yourself that you can flip a new Tesla car at a profit. This is what's happening in the market, all right? So here we go. Move on down over here. And he's talking about his acquisition of Twitter. He's excited about Twitter's situation and that companies have saw languish for a long time, but has incredible potential. The long-term potential for Twitter is an order of magnitude greater than its current value. And I truly believe in this. I think there's going to be a major shakeup of Twitter. Suddenly, I've been, writing messages for Twitter help support, and they are responsive. Those jokers, for the first time, they are responsive. Compared to 6 months, 12 months ago, they are like idiots. They don't respond to you. I mean, this is coming. They know those who don't kind of buck up, once Elon is on board, out they go. Very simple. They know it's coming, right? I encourage all of you, go and send support messages to Twitter. I'm a Twitter Blue account subscriber. I'm a verified blue tick account holder since 2009, and I can see a major shift, the change, the way they responded to my help. So this is coming. And I mean, the monetization will kind of relate to crypto, to Dogecoin. I'll be spending time later on other video live streams to talk about that, all right? So let's focus on Tesla right now. Third article, here we go. We continue about Twitter takeover, possible recession on Tesla earnings call, and check this out. Boom. All right. So right over here, and where is the part? I really like this particular statement right here. All right. I'm of the opinion that we can far exceed Apple current market cap. In fact, I see a potential path for Tesla to be worth more than Apple and Saudi Aramco combined. That doesn't mean it will happen or will be easy, all right? And, the guy closest to the ground on China, Elon Musk is saying this. China is experiencing a recession of sorts, mostly in the property markets. Now, I explained about this about 3 days ago in my live video. There is an internal battle. The camp of the Hu Jintao and the camp of the Xi Jinping. And the backer of Hu Jintao is the king of the property market. And in order to stop that guy, to empower Hu Jintao camp, they want to get rid of Xi Jinping has to implement a zero COVID-19 policy, depress the property market, slow down the movement of money, and that's how he defends himself. This is very, very real to politics. I want you guys to go and check out with your friends in China. Check out if there's any truth to what I'm just sharing with you right here. All right? And sometimes this kind of information don't get leaked out to the mainstream media. It's really, really fascinating. Go and check it out. But of course, if I say this on Weibo, my account will be banned overnight. I can only say this on YouTube, all right? And North America is in pretty good health, although the Fed is raising interest rates more than they should, but I think they'll eventually realize that and bring them down again. All right. So this is what we've been talking about. The Fed has been hit left, right, center by Wall Street. We are questioning the qualifications of the commissioners on board. This is really, really good. All right. So here we go. The long-term potential for Twitter is an order of magnitude greater than its current value. I really want to repeat all this so that it really drives home the point. And that's the reason why, as I go down right here, I want to bring out to you the keyword for EVs is boils down to the word called deliveries. Deliveries. 343,000 and vehicle production reached 365,000, but 343 ship out to the Tesla owners. All right. Now, you look at a chart like this, how the heck any company out there can produce this kind of chart? You see for yourself, damn it. In the worst of the climate right now, which other company can produce a chart like this? See for yourself, all right? So, I leave it to you guys to think about Tesla. We're going to conclude later on. And I want to make sure I finish this whole part series, and then really, really exciting. And this is no other car manufacturers would dare to apply what we call Formula One pit crew techniques. Elon Musk is doing that to Tesla. I really love this statement, all right? Excited to work with Tesla service to enable same-hour service as often as possible. This is fantastic. So he does his iteration on the ground. Customer feedback, he reacts. Customer feedback, he reacts, just like how he did on Twitter, all right? And in fact, I'm coming to the most important point, all right? I hope I can nail that down. I think that is in the last article. And let's push it down further. Yep, I think that's in the last article. Article number 4, here we go. Musk says Tesla expects to meet Inflation Reduction Act requirements for new tax credits on EVs. So here we go. Boom, 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 boom. We can go through all this. And I think I kind of missed out the wrong article. Let me just check back, all right? I got excited about it already. Okay, I found it. It is right here. Holy moly. I think I found it. Back to this article right here. And this is the most important point that's been shared by Elon Musk. Here we go. On an earnings call on Wednesday to discuss the result, Musk answered shareholder questions about the electric vehicle demand and a possible share buyback. Tesla is likely to do a meaningful buyback next year, potentially between 5 to 10 billion pending board approval. All right? And the moment you do a share buyback, you reduce the circulation of shares, which is the earnings per share, and earnings on the numerator per share on the denominator. And when you do a stock buyback, the denominator becomes a smaller number. Your EPS will produce a bigger number. That's how you link these two together to see a foreseeable future when Tesla market cap will exceed Apple plus Amreco. That's the trick. I ain't seen it. It's up to you. But I got really excited about that line. All right. So we've gone through all these articles. And very quickly, I go back to the 5-minute chart. I show you something surprising. 3, 2, 1. Here we go, mama. Check this out. See this? Intraday chart. See this? The guy is going back up. He wants to close the gap. Goes straight down here. Boom. And the next thing, you want to close back the gap. All right? So this is what we are talking about. And that's the reason why, today when we want to just focus on Tesla is so important, we really check this out. But the challenge for most of you is, teacher, when to get in, when to get out. Now that is an art. Let me tell you, it is an art. And I don't see another foreseeable chance for us to get this kind of a low price right now, close to 200. Because why? Seasonality says that October, November, December producers, these 3 months, produced the highest sales record for Tesla. When you're near Christmas and when you're near to the Chinese Lunar New Year in January next year, they're going to have a blowout sales. And it just takes 1 quarter. In January earnings call, mama, this guy is going to spike all the way up. And I need the earnings call next year to have a great blowout sales or deliveries, plus an announcement of a stock buyback, plus an order of magnitude for Twitter to influence the 2024 presidential outcome election. Bam! There you go. So lock down this price, see for yourself, and you make the decision. I got excited, and I want to pay my regards to our live stream fans. And thank you very much for joining us right here today. And let me just fire off the first message. All right, welcome back. And here we go. Who do we have with us today? And if you're watching us live, I encourage you to go to the live stream and just say hello. All right. So pay regards to Kelvin from Beihai, Wilson Wang, Ryan Wong, John Lim, Mark Wong from Hong Kong, Gislen, Manfred 7 from Germany, and of course, we have Shane, Adeline, Masud Khan. Wow. First time I'm seeing you here, Masud Khan. Nice of you to join us today. I see Mayat. Dr. Benjamin, welcome back. And of course, we have Christopher, Isabella, Kim San, Chunman, Eris, Adeline, John Lin, Eltin, Marcus, Fabian, Ronnie. Wow, so many of you are on board today. Welcome back. Woo. Before the YouTube live stream today, I drove my wife to go and buy this milk tea called the Mochi Mochi. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize it's so solid, this drink, Mochi Mochi. Located at Orchard 313. We had to drive there just to get this bubble tea, all right? It tastes so good. And this was like, a drink, my son, lady partner bought him this drink, and then he shared this drink with the family, and all of us say, wow, this is really fantastic, all right? So thank you. And some more of you joining us. Jacqueline, wow, from Bali right now. Welcome back. Jay and Tony, good, and thank you so much, you guys, for joining me here today, all right? So I want to bring to a conclusion about today's sharing. It is important that we look at Tesla with a different lens. The lens is not about the crazy expectation that Wall Street has. That is ridiculous, crazy expectation. This is the greatest company out there in terms of technology, in terms of performance, riding through the supply chain woes and still delivering cars. And Wall Street wanted more. That's the bloody problem with Wall Street. There's something wrong with the expectation. Fundamentally, I think they are doing very, very sound. And that's why I got excited when I see this low price and then kind of intraday, the little tail that's going up. This is the moment in time to watch because there are 3 triggers. Let me give you the 3 triggers before we end off today's session. Trigger number 1, there's going to be an upcoming buyback. He stated next year, I believe it will be first quarter. Trigger number 2, seasonality of Christmas plus Chinese Lunar New Year combined together will have a crazy, crazy fourth quarter sales delivery. All right, the demand will be so high, and that's where, they kind of move away from the Shanghai shutdown, and kind of able to produce optimal output. That will be a blowout quarter for Q4, and the earnings will be announced in January 2023. And third point, which I think is very relevant and very, very real, when you are the owner of Twitter, you are controlling the platform of influence. That means to say you can sell more cars. That's it, period. You don't even have to run a single ad, but through the algorithm of Twitter, there can be many, many hidden magic that can be performed just to build up the cycle and the excitement for Tesla. I see in this tree, I don't see the traditional way an analyst is kind of being so anal to break down every single metric. I don't do that as an investor. I do it with the foresight to think about what will change the world. And I think electric vehicle will change the world. I think saving planet Earth has already changed the habits of consumers. And most importantly, most importantly, let me talk to you about safety of Tesla cars. You have not driven one, then of course you're not qualified to talk about it. I'm driving one every day. And let me tell you, it is built in a way, every single thing is to alarm you about upcoming risks when you're driving. Whether it's a lane change, they will go, bang, 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 bang. I drive too close to a car, bang, 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 bang. And I turn on all the safety features. I want to know everything about Tesla. The most beautiful part of it all, every month I got a software upgrade. So we as engineers, we know what it takes to have a software upgrade. Means the engineers behind the scene are really, really clearing bugs and making feature improvement. This is what you see in Tesla, not in your traditional cars. You don't get a software update on your traditional cars, on your gasoline cars, but you get this in an electric vehicle like Tesla. I sum it up best. I hope you enjoyed tonight's sharing. You know what? We take it easy right now. It's really, really relaxed Thursday. We are kind of thank God it's Friday already. So tonight, kind of a market kind of picking back up again. Really, really happy about it. And we work towards the first week of November when they announce the 75 basis rate hike for interest. So thank you very much. And I shall see you again tomorrow. May God bless you. Goodbye, everybody.